Here I am, just repping the A, sitting behind the Pilot. We're putting the interior back in. The carpet is looking way better than when we started. Things are looking nice and clean. It's looking good. I think I've taken conservatively 10 years off this car. I think so. So I'm going to continue. Right now we got to put the front seats back in. And then a few little things. Let's see, after that, I have a third row seat belt that won't retract. I have a headliner that is coming loose the entirety of the thing. That's it. All the mechanical stuff, took care of that. Just those things. Yeah, I probably need to get out, wash the exterior. A few scratches, maybe a little bit of paint buffing I need to do. There's a few paint marks on it, but all in all, we are closing in on it, man. It'll be nice to actually finish a car project. I've had, gosh, this is what, the third one, and I've yet to finish one. That is not a good track record. Now, I do intend to come back to these ones that aren't finished, but obviously it'd be better to, once it goes in the garage, it doesn't leave till it's done. Just for a number of reasons, I've not been unable to do that. Once you start taking apart everything holding the headliner in place, it's not glued down at all. At all. I think the only place it's attached is somehow around the sunroof, but you can see through the middle of it. No attachment whatsoever. It's completely unglued. I want to buy new headliner material, but I gotta do something because it's a mess. And I think this is Honda's fault, Honda's problem. They should fix it, but of course they're not going to. There's nothing to hold the headliner in. It is just dropping like flies. But here's the thing. Here's the issue I'm having. Get in here. See that clip right there? So that was a grommet and a clip. Now, I don't know why I didn't use a normal clip like everything else. Man, I'm having trouble getting that sucker out. I went online just to see, is this me? Am I somehow confused about how this works? I saw online said that those clips, if you take out the panels, those clips will break and you have to just replace them, which seems ridiculous to me. Why did it not just use a normal clip? I'm thinking I'm just going to buy some generic clips that are normal, that are not a grommet and clip. Because on the rest of the panel, it's just one plastic clip, like your typical interior panel clip. This one has a grommet and clip, and I don't know. It's weird. I'm just going to get generic clips, use it that way, because this thing is ridiculous. Like, even breaking it and trying to get out, still having trouble getting it out. It's crazy. And it's the top clip on all the panels around, like all the A, B, C, D panels. Now, the lower clips, they're normal clips. Why these are different, I don't know. But they are a pain. Well, I got the B pillow on the driver's side out, and look there. Yeah, I saw it through it. I don't know if that's the best way. That is what I came up with, because man, that thing is getting to the point where the clip itself, the whole bracket, let's look at this. See the stretch fracture at the bottom? Ripping the clip out, you know, I figured this part would break before this, but this was completely ripping out. You could see it a little bit. You can see that slight indentation on the other side. That was that plastic, like, completely ripping it. I don't get it. What are these clips? They are crazy. So am I going to cut them all out? I might. The front, when I finally got that clip and grommet out, was not easy. Basically broke into like hundreds of pieces. Not hundreds, dozens. That grommet is crazy. But I'm going to find a regular clip. Because you look, does this have any? This is not. This bottom panel, you can see, that's just a normal standard clip. You know, it's kind of the squeeze. You know, you pull it hard enough, it'll squeeze in and come out. How is that not in the top? Why do they have this crazy grommet and clip fabrication that will just not break? I thought for sure this clip would break out of here. I mean, that happens all the time with these clips. And I don't know if is it a length thing or a distance thing. I mean, does that clip have to go far? Like that grommet is a spacer? But I'm sure I can find some generic plastic clip that'll work there. We'll see. You know, I may experiment, like take one of these clips out, see if it extends far enough for this clip up here, just to make sure. I mean, I think the holes are probably the same. Like, I know they are, because I looked at the front. The holes are the same. So I just need to see if it's got the distance. If it needs to be a longer clip, like longer than, you know, that what's stock, I'm sure some car manufacturer makes some random assortment of things. I'm going to figure this out, but I'm going to have to cut them all. I mean, I had to cut this one because I was tearing up my B pillar. Now, you know, it's not crazy noticeable. Like, you know, you wouldn't quite know what you're looking at if you didn't know what I'd done. I can't believe it's ripping the thing. I might see if I can maybe heat this a little bit and push it back in just to get it to come out. But, I mean, seriously, I figured for sure this would break first, and it did not. These clips, they're no nonsense, I'll tell you that. So look at this. This is the rear pillar. Look at that. That is a normal, typical plastic clip. If you look back in there, get this angle out. It's right behind that clip. It's right in there. Yeah, it's right behind this plastic clip, right in there. It's that plastic grommet. It's the grommet thing. I don't get it. Like, why would you put a normal clip and this ridiculous clip right next to each other? I'm gonna have to cut all these things out. I've not found a way to get them out. They are ridiculous. Am I regretting trying to redo the headliner? Yeah, at this point I am. I'm gonna have to cut all these clips out because I just have not found a way to do it. You know, I've broken them. I've almost broken panels getting them out. They are ridiculous. I'm just gonna cut them out and go from there. Replace them with some clips. I mean, I thought I could just buy these things, but why am I gonna make a headache for the next person? Then again, is this thing gonna be around long enough for it even to be a headache for the next person? Probably not. But it's just the principle of the thing. You know, I feel like I've got to do it right. There should be normal plastic clips, like in this back, this rear pillar with an A, B, C, like the D pillar. Why is there a normal plastic clip and then this retainer and grommet? Like, why would you do that? That is not meant to even come out. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what day it is. All the days are running together. Will it ever end? Look, I didn't know I was going to have to take the entire interior out of this car to get the headliner out, but you know what? That's where we are, man. I've gotten the A pillar, B pillar, and D pillar off. The C pillar is proving a little bit tricky. That's awesome. But at least I can replicate this on the passenger side and figure out how to get all these off. But man, this is more than I expected. I was hoping I'd make it just loosen a few things and pull it out. But part of the problem is, like, the way the pillars work, they kind of hook on both sides of the headliner to prevent you from that. I mean, Honda, they did not want you to remove this headliner, and that's unfortunate since they didn't use very good glue. They could use better glue. I don't know. The C pillar, I don't even understand. I don't even know what the issue with the C pillar is. All the rest of them, you know, will loosen up like that. Some clips have loosened. I'm having trouble getting out, and I'm staring at it. I'm giving it the evil eye so it knows I know what's going on. But man, this headliner's all over the place. This is a job. This is a job. Do I wish I'd pay a professional to do it? No, I don't. I'm a cheap son of a gun, and I would not. For what I have in this car, for what I can sell this car for, this is not the kind of car you pay somebody to do the headliner. And I'm pretty sure they probably would have charged me for these clips, and it would have been a nightmare. So the C pillar, I need to tackle that because I don't understand what is not letting go. I can see that this stupid little grommet and clip. Let's get that out. You know, let's do a little tour. Let's see what's going on. So here is the D pillar, and this, I was wondering what this little panel was. That is purely for the airbag system for it to deploy, because there's the airbag, it explodes, does cool stuff. That panel goes flying, and you have airbags, you know, for your third row seat. Look, normal clip, normal clip, normal clip, and that's that weird clip. Now, I'm trying to think, like, does this look shorter? Like, it looks kind of shorter, so I'm wondering, will a clip like this work? Or does it need to be a little bit longer, and that's why there's a grommet? I don't know. I'm hoping it works, but if it doesn't, maybe some company makes one that's just longer, and it'll work, because I'm not putting in this grommet and clip nonsense. That thing is absolutely ridiculous. But, I mean, if you look at the car, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, where they would fit. That certainly looks like it would be... That certainly looks like that grommet is a little bit of a spacer, which makes me concerned about using one of these clips here. You know what I might do? I might just pop this one out here, put it there, see if it reaches. If it doesn't reach, then I'll go to plan B, figure something out. But now for the C pillar. Don't want to come out, don't know what's going on. Let's see what we can figure out. Because then I'll know how to get these out on the driver's side and I can get them on the passenger side. Well, I approached all this stuff, any of this has always been, keep taking stuff apart till what you want to happen happens. So, if you are trying to follow along with this, there's a screw. Let's see if we can get a good light in here. There's a screw right there. That's that little handle as you get to the back side. There's a screw right there. There's a little cover. There's a screw right there, that little clip. Now, past that, I was trying to pull on it by hand. Couldn't get to go. These clips, I just used a pry bar. Stuck it right into where the seat belt comes out. Let's get some light on that. Stick it right there where the seat belt comes out. Pried it out. Now, I think the C pillar will come out. Getting all this stuff loose, it is just a nightmare because there shouldn't be anything else holding this piece on. I hope not. Let's see, let's take this bolt out. I think we're getting a little resistance there. I put it back in because it's got all these washers on it and all these spacers, and I'm not trying to lose anything. You know, it's clear, like it used onto the headliner, which makes this very difficult. I think I need to pull this out and then pull the bottom out and pull the top out. I need 2 hands for that, so I'm going to pause this video. And like, look at that. Why? I'm going to take this entire piece down to get this freaking C-pillar out. So there's like a little electrical box, I don't know what it is, they won't let it slide down because there's a box for a clip right here, so it can't slide down. It can't slide this way. It's a mess. I'm trying to get out without taking this thing out and trying to, you know, wrench this and pull it, but holy cow, I mean, they did not want this headliner out. I don't know why, but this has been a job and a half. The headliner is out. You know, the passenger side went much quicker because I figured out all the tips and tricks and just cut through those stupid, crazy plastic retainers and clips. that you have to break to get out per Honda's guidelines. But yeah, there's the headliner. Yeah, it's in rough shape. Not glued down anywhere. It's just all these clips and things holding it in. You know, every little spot there's a hole, that was a clip holding this thing in. Well, you didn't really realize how bad it was sagging because it was clipped down here to there to there, so you didn't really get a good sense. But no, the glue would let go everywhere. But it's out now. There's a big old headliner. This is the aftermath of the headliner out. Driver's side took me a while because I was trying to figure it all out. Passenger side went quite a bit quicker. It is a very long headliner. I mean, this thing is just absolutely huge, but it's out now. And you can see, I just cut those suckers. That is, I found the best way to do it. If you got a better way, I would love to know, because this was ridiculous. And even with that, even cutting it, like I've cut it on my driver's side one, on the A-pillar, where I learned all my tips and tricks. Like you can see that it was there, it's gone. But I thought it's still there. I forgot, I completely got it out. But I mean, I broke off this grommet. I still, like, it is in there. It is in there good. It is hard to get out. So I've got, what, there's 8 total? So I got 7 to snip and clip and break out. And they don't come easily. Not at all. You can see, airbag. Yep, airbag. Why there were leaves above the headliner, I don't know. Not sure I want to know. Look at that. Look at that airbag system, man. If you had to replace one of the side curtain airbags, that is a job, man. It goes front to back. You gotta pull the headliner out. Like these clips, I mean, I looked at videos online just to see, is it me? What am I doing wrong? It ain't me. These clips, you know, the videos online, they don't have these clips. They have normal clips. I want normal clips. I guess I'm gonna go out and buy clips, but the only thing I don't know is that acting as a spacer? I hope not. I'm gonna swap out some of the clips with what I have. See that? I'm gonna get that clip off of one of the other ones, put it there, see if the thing clips in. If it does, I'm doing all those. These pop out. You know, it takes a little bit of force to pop pretty easily. These other ones, I've never experienced any kind of clip like that, and one that just will not come out no matter what. And I've taken apart a lot of interiors. I haven't done as much mechanical work, but I've taken a lot of interiors. Never come across a clip that crazy, that ridiculous. And what is that? Is the sunroof hydraulic? That looks like some kind of fluid tube. Let's get a closer look, because that's crazy looking. I mean, that certainly looks like it's some kind of fluid. I don't know. I mean, it goes down. It's going somewhere. I don't know. It's going down to there, I think. No. I don't know. Yeah, this box. What is that box? I wonder if that's something with the sunroof. Where does that tube go? Who knows? I don't want to play this airbag too much. I should unplug the battery before I play with the airbag. So looking to see if I could replace these crappy grommet slash plastic rivets with regular clips. Look, you see that spacing? That's what fits in, like, in the panels. That's just a much bigger space than these regular clips. So does some car manufacturer make a clip that may fit, that it has a wider throat? Maybe, but the regular clip's not going to work. So I'm going to have to, I don't want to buy these clips. I hate those things. They've been a bane of my existence, a pain, a thorn in my side. The regular clips are not going to work. They're just, that throat is just nowhere near big enough. You see that difference? It's about twice as wide. So this is how I got one of these grommets out. And you look at this thing, I cannot get this little plastic rivet out of this grommet. I mean, I'm working on it pretty hard, and it won't come out. These things, they are wild. They never were meant to come out of the car. And it's a little annoying that Honda would do that to you. They won't let you fix your own car. I don't know that thing. You can see how that thing widens at the base? There's no way you'd get this out. I use this tool, but this tool, you can't use leverage on this tool unless the panel's already out. Because you got to get right behind it. You can't do that. So I don't know. It's just ridiculous. And you can see that wider throat, everything on it. I don't know. I might have to find a clip that works. And how do you find a clip that works? I don't know. I'm going to go through what I have. Most of the clips I have already are GM. See if that might look right, might work, but I'm not hopeful. The whole reason you have this foam-backed fabric is that you spray the glue to the headboard and the foam, because if the glue touches the fabric, well, it's going to get like crusty and kind of soak through the fabric, because fabric is absorptive, foam is not. So now I cannot reuse that fabric. So what I need to do now is I need to get all the foam off. You can see it's been scraped off a number of places. I need to just get it off. Yeah, the best way I've done it before is just an electric sander, just with some rough grit sandpaper. You don't want to like bear down on this or sand very hard. Because it'll come off like, I mean, you rub it, it'll come off. The sander will just whip it right off a lot quicker. Now in these grooves and some of these little niches, I may need to do it by hand. Right, for these large swaths, electric sander, knock it out. You want to be careful around your edges and your corners because you definitely don't want to sand through. Be careful, take your time. But that's what I'm gonna do now. That is a lot of headboard. This thing, I mean, can I capture it on camera? No, not really. 8'4". That's a lot of headliner. I don't know how much headliner glue I need. Now, I've tried regular 3M spray glue that's super strong. Doesn't do it. You need the headliner glue. Gets a little pricey. I'm hoping 2 bottles might do it, or 2 cans. They don't come bottles, they come in cans. That would be something. A glass bottle spray aerosol, that would be something. So I guess I need to get the glue. I need to get the headliner. I thought some local place might have headliner. One place does, but they only have dark gray. Really gotta go light gray. Like every car I own is light gray. Most cars I've seen are light gray. I don't know why they don't have light gray, but they have dark gray, and that just doesn't work. And I thought a local place might have it, and they don't. So I gotta have to order it. Which, no, actually I'm going to have to go slightly out of town, and I think they have to order it. That's where I got it before, which might be why I didn't buy it local. Anyway, let me get to doing this, because it's creating a mess in my floor. I don't love that. I'm debating on whether to clean the headliner up outside or inside, but it's pretty warm outside. Not a big fan of that. Inside, I make a big mess inside, so it's really a catch-22. I may just check the temperature. I'm pretty sure it's going to be warmer than I'd prefer it to be. So that probably means we're doing it inside. And I'll just try to control the mess as good as I can. And how will I do that? Well, actually, I won't. I'll just get the job done and make it up after. That's how we'll control that mess. Is my headboard clean? Pretty much. So what you can see here is just all this stuff. It's just this glue. So the glue between the foam and fabric had let go. The glue between the foam and headboard had not. So a lot is just that glue kind of getting smeared around because it just get caught on my sander. Started out using an electric sander, moved to pneumatic rotary sander, just a little bit quicker, kind of getting some of these curves and corners a little bit easier since it was curved and not flat. But what I didn't realize is I was making a mess of the floor. This is after a vacuum. That glue all over the floor, I'm going to clean it up because it's sticky, it's nasty. A little irritated about that. I mean, this glue, come on. This headliner is giving me problems. But yeah, that is after vacuuming. It was just, I was stepping on it and basically grinding it into the floor, so that's awesome. I wanted to clean my floor tonight. That was my goal, so yeah, great for me. I cleaned up the floor. It was not easy. It was not fun, but what helped, I used acetone because I know that'll work some stuff up, and I had a scrap piece of wood I used to kind of scrape the floor. I mean, you can see it's not perfect, but it's passable. But man, that headliner, applying the headliner better go on very smooth because that thing is on my bad list right now. So I've forgotten this rearmost passenger seatbelt, it won't retract. You can't extend it. It is stuck. So you got to take out a bunch of screws on this panel. There's a screw and they're like little, where is it? One of these tabs down here. There's one right there. There's a bunch of just Phillips head screws here, there. There's one right in the console. So I got it back far enough where I could access the seat belt. It is 2 14mm bolts that you can kind of access. And so I saw this. That looks bad. It's on the side. I pried it off. After I pried it off, I saw that it said on there, "Do not remove." I don't know if you can quite see that. Where does it say that? Right there it says, "Caution, do not remove." I removed it, but look in there. You hear that? It is rusty. I mean, really rusty. I don't know what's going on in there. I don't know how that works. But you can see here, see that when you start to pull it, see that little spring stops it. Now, typically that would be, there's some force. If you jerk it really quick, it does it. This, it just extends automatically. I'm trying to figure out how, what, if I try to pry it in, I still can't get the thing to roll. Don't quite get it. Because it doesn't interact with this. It doesn't seem like. That's just flat. So I don't know if there should be a spring in there that stops that thing. You see there's some stuff going on here, but I pried that off. There's nothing in here I can see. Nothing fell out. There's nothing. So I don't know how it works. I'm hesitant to take my other seatbelt out to see how it works. So I don't want to break them both. I'm thinking maybe I just see if I can replace the whole thing, how much that costs. I don't know if I could disassemble and take part of it. I think probably would be easiest to get the entire belt from a junkyard, maybe see what a new price is, but junkyard's usually cheaper. But if they'd remove it for me, I assume they would just cut all these panels and just do it that way. But if I had to, I could get to it. I just don't know what's going on with that. It just feels like there should be something more to that. But you see, you pull it, and that thing extends. And yeah, I mean, you can roll it up. That seems to work okay. I don't know, but this definitely just seems. When you hear that, that is crusty in there. And I was trying to move this clear piece from the green piece, but it doesn't really want to move. I don't know why. Whatever's in there, I don't know if I could fix that anyway. And it said don't remove that, so I don't know if it's locked a certain way on here. Yeah, I don't know. And then that one little clip right there, that didn't come off. So I think the easiest way out of it is just to get a new belt. We'll see how much that costs. When I had this car, I got it running, you know, replaced the water pump, the pulleys, everything, got it up and running. Take the headliner out and you look at it, it looks like this is some junkyard car that somebody has ransacked it. It just looks, it's in a state of disrepair. But I'm working on the headliner. That's just going to take some time because nobody local has any headliner power. I'm going to have to order it. It's crazy, but that's just the way it is.